Welcome back to another video. As you can see, I have another ScrawlrBox here. This is the 1st of 2018, so this is January 2018 ScrawlrBox. If you do not know what a ScrawlrBox is, it is a subscription, an art subscription box based in the UK where they send you a mixture of art supplies and a theme, and that theme is either a word or a phrase that you use the supplies in the box to create a piece of artwork with. They also feature artists, so you can get to know new artists and things like that, so it's great, and I'll give you a link in the description below for that if you want to have a look at it and check it out maybe. Yeah, so let's get into the box. So I've literally just received this. I do not know what is inside. Okay, we'll take everything out. So here is the featured artist. It's quite interesting. I like the art style there. I like the colours as well. Very nice. So the featured artist is Lila, Venezuelan. So I'll let you read that and check out some of her social media because I certainly will be. So there you go. Onto supplies. So let's open this very neatly package. Your obligatory sticker. So the Scrawler challenge is Starlet, so that's what we will be creating a piece of artwork based on this time. That's one side. So we'll go through the list in order. Oh, we of course get our little sweetie, which is always handy to eat whilst they create. Okay, so I recognise these. We've had these in a box before. In fact, I think we might have had this. I might have had this colour before as well. Anyway, these are twin tip magic markers. They are alcohol markers, I'm pretty sure. So it's just like a generic alcohol marker. You've got your chisel nib, chisel nib, and your bullet nib there. So the two colours we have are carmine and pale aqua, so very different colours there. But if I remember, I only got one pen in one of the last boxes, and like I said, I think it was this colour, and it was okay. It wasn't the best because I didn't have other colours to work with, but we'll try those out very soon. Next, I'm very excited about this. This is a Palomino Blackwing 602 pencil. So they are known to be quite dark, I'm pretty sure. Let's read the actual thing. So we've got handcrafted from genuine incense cedar that features a firm and smooth graphite core that helps it deliver on its promise of half the pressure, twice the speed. The pencil includes Blackwing's signature pink extendable eraser enclosed in a unique design of the square brass. So this extends. Oh, look at that! So we can extend this. That's great. That's an ingenious design. Brilliant. Okay, next is this brass bullet sharpener. So it looks like it's been lathed on a metal lathe. I don't know. I'm not bringing this up to the camera. Yeah, it looks like it's been. Do excuse my nails. I don't really keep up with doing that sort of thing. I'm a bit lazy like that. I'm not like other YouTubers that are constantly painting. Anyway, yeah, it looks like it's been lathed, but it's quite cool actually. I kind of like that design. Very nice. I like made in Germany, so that's great. It doesn't have a make on it though. But yes, anyway. And next is the Edding 1800 Profipen, I don't know, Profipen drawing pen 0.1. So I think it's just like any usual liner. Oh, with your felt nib. So let's zoom that in. This will focus a bit better. in theory. There we go. So yeah, quite a fine nib. Nothing too spectacular. We seem to be getting a lot of fine liners lately. Okay, and then lastly on the list we have the Sylvine A5, let's zoom that back out, the Sylvine A5 Field Sketch book with 140 GSM textured acid-free cartridge paper and black cover, 40 pages. This is actually the perfect thing I need because, as you know if you've been following my ScrawlrBox videos, I've been trying out the supplies every month in a book very similar to this. In fact, this is it. It was the Collins and Davison book that we got in a ScrawlrBox very, very early on to when I started subscribing. And this, in fact, this was probably the first ScrawlrBox that well, this is the one I got it in. Anyway, so this has all the, you know, when I've been testing the inks and the paints and everything, it's just had all my testing in it. And this was obviously the last one we did, which was this artwork. It has everything like that in it, and I've actually onto the last page. But I think, oh, there's a few blank pages in here. We'll finish it off another time, maybe the next ScrawlrBox, but this is handy because this can now be my next book to start scribbling in, I think. But yeah, it feels a bit nicer paper than the previous book. But yes, we'll go on to the testing now since we're on it. So let's firstly sharpen this pencil and see how it fares. So it doesn't have, it's not usual, do you know, like a Derwent pencil would be, do you know, HB, 2B, do you know, 6B, 4H, all that type of malarkey. This doesn't seem to have that. It seems to have their own special numbering system. So that sharpener did perfectly. It didn't break the lead. Nice long strands of sharpening mess. So that's a nice sharpener. Okay, so the pencil. Let's zoom that in. The pencil. It's not hard, it's not soft. I would say it was about a B or a 2B maybe. You can get a nice dark texture there, nice light lines. That's quite nice. And then to rub it out, yeah, I've obviously pressed on quite hard there, so it's a bit more difficult to rub out, but where I've pressed on lightly, I have heard that these are quite known for when you use them, that they're not as easy, no matter how lightly you press, they're not as easy to you know, rub out. But that's generic pencil, I think. Okay, so onto the magic markers. We've got the Pale Aqua. It's quite nice. And then the Carmine. Quite dark colours. These definitely will not blend. I don't think there's any point trying, to be honest. But let's have a go anyway. So we're not going to get these to blend, but you can see they can overlay onto one another, but definitely no blending there, which is a shame really. It would have been good, which means I'm going to have to kind of do a piece of art that's going to be section colour. It's not going to be a blended colour, if you know what I mean. And the featured artist certainly did not use these supplies in this box, because there seems to be blended a little nicer, and it looks more like paint rather than markers. And then lastly, we've got this Edding 1800 fine liner, which I would say is just like any other fine liner. The true test, it's very, very thin, that. The true test will be whether it bleeds. I know you're meant to leave it a little while, but sometimes... Oh, brilliant. It doesn't bleed. Well, it bleeds a tiny bit, but nothing major. I wouldn't say it was the end of the world sort of thing. Great. So they're the supplies. It's not the best box, I would say. It wasn't as good as last week's box, but other than that, I don't see it being the worst box in the world, and I'm sure we can come up with something quite good for Starlet. So yeah, let's get to that. So I'll see you in a moment for the artwork. Firstly, I thought I'd look at the colours for inspiration, and as you saw in the first part of the video, they're such far apart colours that they just don't blend very well, and I also thought that the sketchbook paper wouldn't really do them justice as alcohol markers, and so I thought I would use Bristol board, which is what you can see here, and I didn't want to do what everyone seemed to be doing as their take on Starlet, which was like a female star sort of approach, and so I looked at kind of taking it more literal and doing a starfish, and I was going to do something very detailed, you know, like a big piece, you know, where the starfish might be in water, etc. But I kind of went with just a simple starfish and just put a lot of detail into it, and I feel like it turned out quite well. So I, you know, drew the starfish, a lot of detail in there with the liner. It was a nice liner, very thin, you know, nothing, you know, stood out with that liner. And then starfish people usually think starfish are just orange or red, and although I have that red colour, I kind of wanted to bring out the sea more in the colours, and so kind of made the pale aqua magic marker the more prominent colour. And I kind of tried little bits out. I tried laying the blue first, and then the red over the top, and then putting the blue back over the top to kind of blend that out. And then I also, you'll see later on in the video, that I tried to put the red on the card, do you know, that came with the ScrawlrBox that tells you the Scrawler challenge. I put the red on that as it's a shiny surface so it didn't dry as quickly, and then used my blue to pick up that colour to kind of mix off the marker, if you know what I mean, and that actually created quite a nice effect, and I thought it blended very well, and yeah, I just thought it looked quite good. They're okay markers. I wouldn't, like I say, there's nothing really that stood out with the markers, and it's not something I would go out and buy a pack of, but I'm not sure actually how much they cost. But if they're the cheaper marker, I wouldn't say that they're bad markers, and they would be very good, you know, starter markers, I would say. Yeah, the pencil was very nice to work with, very soft, and yeah, just a really nice pencil. I'm really glad I have that pencil now for the future, and I obviously kind of rated the sharpener at the first part of the video, which was very nice to use as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me do this starfish. It's more one of one of my more simple Scrawler challenge videos here, but it was fun to do, and I enjoyed putting the detail in there with very limited supplies. It's almost like a 3-marker challenge but with 2 markers, so a 2-marker challenge. Yes, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and leave me a comment if you have done this Scrawler challenge, and tag me in any posts on Instagram and Twitter. I'd love to see what you have done for your take on the Scrawler challenge Starlet. And subscribe for more videos if you want to see more. I will surely be doing more ScrawlrBoxes in the very near future. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. like this, very smart. And then inside the box, oh, just look at that, it's just perfectly arranged and everything. I'm really impressed, and I'm glad I bought these, and I kind of wish, and I don't think they did, so please don't tell me if they did, because I'm going to kick myself for not buying them, but I don't think